What's up, Gemini? How y'all doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's happening with you guys in the second week of December. December week 2. So it's a weekly check-in. So it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you need a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to go about doing that in the description of this video. All right, that smells interesting. There's this little spiritual store in the mall, the Galleria at Sunset, and every time you buy something, they give you a little stick of incense. I didn't buy nothing major. I just got me a little dragon's blood sage stick. I haven't had one of these in years. Anyway, smells all right. Got a good little ambiance in the studio here. I might burn this here in a minute too. Depending on the energies I pull in, sometimes I got to clear the fucking air. Anywho, all right, let's see how the energies are looking. Let's go ahead and start off with the Christmas tarot, dude. Christmas Rider Waite. Isn't that just the most badass fucking tarot deck you have ever seen in your life? I love it. All right, how's the energy looking between Gemini and the person they're dealing with? Second week of December. How's it looking? How's it looking? Do, 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 do. Two of Pentacles reversed. Do, 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 do. Two of Swords reversed. You're like the second or third sign this has come out. I think this has come out for everybody so far this week. You're only the third sign I've read, and I think that's come out for Aries and Taurus. Anyway, final decision being made. And see, two twos reversed. Making a final decision. Are you just dropping this altogether? Is that what's going on? Yeah, tired of the drama. Tired of the drama. Oh, I do think that there is communication here. Yeah, look at that. Page of Swords and Knight of Swords back to back. That looks like communication. But, I think you're at least wanting to clear the air. Squash the beef, clear the air, work things out, and, make things cool. But I think the person you're dealing with is still stuck in that victim mentality, still immature as shit, constantly bringing up the past. And that's when you're just like, I ain't got time for this. This negativity, this whining, this crying, this bringing up the past. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I think you're just dropping this. Dropping it all together. Because, when it comes to some people, you can't work things out with some people. You can try, but there's some people that don't want to work things out. They just don't want to. There's people that are addicted to complaining, addicted to bitching, addicted to fucking whining and crying and being a victim. And, and for some of you, this person, is this the type of person that pouts when they don't get their way? Yeah. Okay. Well, some of you dealing with an Aries. Who else do I got here? I got Aries and Leo. That sounds more like something a Leo would do, but whatever. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Very small minded, stuck in their ways, dude. Very stuck in their ways. I think they refuse to see things from your perspective. Not that they can't, right? They just refuse to look at things from your perspective. I don't really think they're trying to like be with you. Well, what the hell do they want? This doesn't make any sense. Ah, yeah. Okay. I knew I was going to have to burn that damn sage. So I do think that they want to play mind games with you. This is okay. The best way that I can describe this energy is I'm fucking miserable, so I'm going to make sure you're miserable. Deep down, at the deepest pit of this person's core, that's what this feels like. I'm not saying that they are openly and blatantly saying that shamelessly and unapologetically. Maybe for some of you they are, but I think that's the intention. I think that's the intention behind it. I'm miserable, so you gonna be miserable. All right. I'm never gonna go anywhere in life, so I don't want to see you go anywhere in life. It's what this feels like. Uh, I knew I was gonna have to break out the dragon's blood, dude. I knew it. Had a feeling. I try not to, man. Y'all have no idea. I know that there's some people out there that just think I'm this negative asshole. I try so hard to see if I can work around the negativity and still bring value to the table. You have no idea how much mental energy I put into trying to do that. But if it comes through, I'm going to read it. What fell out on the floor? Oh, and look what just fell on the fucking floor. Some of you dealing with somebody with an addiction issue, but whether they have an addiction issue or not, I think you're just dealing with a toxic fucking individual for real. And you know this, man. Let's get some advice. Man, this decision better be final. Don't let nobody pull the wool over your eyes, especially those of you who have been on and off. Especially those of you. I was just telling this to Aries, I think, Taurus, maybe. Okay, let me give you an example. I know somebody personally who has been on and off with a toxic narcissist for like 5 years now. About a month ago, she made the decision that she was going to finally move on from it for good. And he would not leave her alone. She'd block him, create a new account, block him, create a new account, block him, he create a new account, block him, he create a new account over and 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 over, all day, all day, every day. He even sent her money through Zelle just to blow her up, you know? And she said, God damn, when's he going to leave me alone? I said, it's probably going to be a long time. You know why? Because you have showed him and showed him and showed him and showed him over and over and over and over and over for 5 fucking years that all he has to do is be persistent and you'll cave. He's shown you that, or you've shown him that, rather. You've shown him and shown him. All you got to do is be persistent. All I got to do is keep poking and pushing and poking and pushing. You'll cave eventually. So if you've shown him that, he is so confident that he has you wrapped around his finger that he ain't going to let up anytime soon. One of the many reasons why on and off relationships are so dangerous. It's so easy to get stuck in that trap. If you ain't stone cold, rock solid in your integrity, don't do it. Better be able to put that foot down and fucking leave it there. And you know what? Let's broaden the horizon a little bit. When it comes to 2026, if you want to see any kind of positive change, it doesn't matter if it's in your love life, in your social life, family, any aspect of your life, if you want to see a positive change, you have to be willing to make things suck for a little bit. You have to be willing to do that. Breaking cycles, no matter what it is, no matter if it's a habit, even a toxic habit. Quitting smoking sucks. Quitting eating your favorite junk food sucks. Making a positive change is going to suck at first. You have to be okay with that. You have to be able to tell yourself this is going to suck ass, but it's all good though. It's not going to suck ass for long. The beginning of 2026 is going to fucking suck, but you know what? Let's do it. I would rather go through a shitty first half of 2026 and have a fucking amazing 2027 than fold under pressure and just repeat 2025 all over again in 2026 and then in 2027 and then in 2028. What would I rather do? Go through the pain of breaking the cycle or the pain of repeating it? Those are the two choices. So, those of you making the decision to put an end to this, let the tower burn all the way to the ground. I've been there, dude. I've been with a narcissist. I have. I don't throw that term around loosely. Okay. I'm very avidly against the overuse of that word. I've dated one narcissist, one in my life. And I know what it's like to have to ignore somebody who's constantly blowing you up for 6 straight fucking months. I know what that's like. I know what that's like for them to push emotional buttons you didn't know you fucking had. I know what that's like. Got to be fucking stubborn and hard headed. Anyway, take that and do with it what you will. Let's see what's coming in for the singles. Single Gemini. What's coming in? You know what? Let me play with some of these settings here. Let me see. What is this? Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. What is that? Oh, oops. Okay, never mind. I thought one of these buttons did something different. Do. Oh, that looks cool. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's see what's coming in for the singles. Do. Some of y'all got an earth sign headed your way. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Hang on. Page of Pentacles ain't saying much. Okay. What's that all about, man? Okay. Some of y'all, I feel like, are going to be pulled in a couple of different directions. I see some of you connecting with somebody new and being faced with a situation where somebody from the past is trying to reconcile, potentially even at the same time. Kind of feels like some of you are going to get stuck in this battle of tug of war. You know, something new and something old at the same time. Well, I got news for anybody out there. If you're energetically tied to something old, by default, you're vibrating at the same frequency as that situation, which means you will attract nothing but people, situations, relationships, and scenarios that also vibrate at that frequency. Okay. That doesn't mean that you're a good person or a bad person. People like to come back and say, well, I don't feel like I'm vibrating at that frequency. Well, feel in one hand and shit in the other, and tell me which one comes up first. It doesn't matter how you feel, right? If you're vibrating at that frequency, you're vibrating at that frequency. Your frequency is like water to a fish. If everybody felt like they were vibrating at the frequency they were vibrating at, they would climb up out of it, wouldn't they? You look around at your life. That's what tells you the frequency you're vibrating at. That's not Rich Lopp's little theory. That's an immutable universal law. You want to know what's my frequency? Take a look around. Take a look at the three closest people in your life. That'll tell you the frequency that you vibrate at. There's no judgment. It doesn't mean you're a good person or a bad person. It means you emit an electromagnetic field that's produced by your heart. That electromagnetic field can be measured 10 to 15 feet outside of your body. The only people that you are able to attract into your life are people whose electromagnetic field vibrates harmoniously with yours. That's what it means. It's not a theory. It's not something that just happens to some people. That's the way it works. If there's somebody in your life right now, the only way they're in your life is if your all's electromagnetic fields are harmonious in vibration together. If you want to bring someone into your life, somebody has to match vibrations. Somebody does. Or they earn no spot in your life. So if you have a past person making their way into your field, by default, they can't make their way into your field unless you are a vibrational match. And if you're a vibrational match to this person, it doesn't matter what new person you connect with, they vibrate at the same frequency too. See what I'm saying? So some of y'all, like I said, got the tug of war thing going on right now. I'm trying not to be too specific. I know this is dialing down to a really specific point. But when it all comes down to it, whether you deal with somebody new, somebody old, I'm thinking that right now you're having a hard time connecting with anybody, really. Doesn't really matter who it is, you're having a hard time connecting with anyone. So you might just step back and tell everybody to leave you alone while you go through this period of transformation. Well, that was a weird message. Let's just go straight to the advice then. What's the advice? Okay. Hang on. So this is going to be, yeah, this is some mixed messages. I'm just going to throw them out there. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're ever wondering whether or not your person is this person or this person, it's neither of them. When the universe brings you your person, I promise you, you're not going to be confused about whether or not it's them or someone else. Doesn't that just sound stupid? Say it out loud. Say it out loud and listen to how stupid it sounds. This is the one person the universe picked for me. But I don't know if it's them or this person. Doesn't that sound dumb? That just sounds stupid. Doesn't even sound right. So if I'm not sure whether or not you're my person or you're my person, neither of you are. Take that and do with it what you will. Uh, you are not going to meet the right person at the wrong time. I just want to slap the shit out of somebody when I hear them say that. How fucking stupid do you think the universe is? Just because you want it really bad and they want it really bad doesn't mean that it's the right fucking person. When the timing is off, that's the universe saying no. When you try to do something and you hit a roadblock, so you try it from this angle, roadblock. You try it from that angle, roadblock. You try it up, down, all the way around, inside, out, and backwards. Roadblock, 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 roadblock. Something comes up, something gets in the way, something goes wrong, something prevents you from doing it. That's the universe saying no. The universe is not stupid. I got your divine life partner for you, but I forgot when I'm supposed to send them to you. So here you go. Come on now. Come on now. No third party situations. I don't care what their little excuse is. I don't care. Don't care. You know what you're going to find out if you get with somebody? And this is the way it always happens too. right? Oh, the person I'm dealing with is married. Oh, but they're in a toxic marriage, right? Oh, I guarantee they're in a toxic marriage because they're the toxic one. Come on now. Come on now. I mean this with every ounce of respect in my heart. You're not special. If the person they married 10 years ago can't trust them, I promise you, you can't. Promise you. Promise you, you can't. I won't befriend a man who cheats on his wife. Mm-mm. I will not do business with a man that cheats on his wife. Mm-mm. If his wife can't trust him, you think I'm stupid enough to think that I can? Shit. Let alone would I date a woman in a relationship. Oh, I learned that lesson when I was 15 years old. Oh man, I was 15 years old. I'm glad I learned it early on though. Dating some girl, had a boyfriend, we messing around behind his back, and I thought I was special. Oh, I'm special. Oh, he's just a loser. So that's why she's cheating on him. She wouldn't do it to me. Oh no, I'm special. Boy, when I found out she was cheating on me, my poor little pea picking 15-year-old heart was in pieces. I couldn't believe that she would do that to me. Come on now. No third party situations. If the person they're with can't trust them, I promise you, you can't. For those of you who don't want to listen to me, okay, go learn that lesson on your own. Sometimes you got to trust the process. Right now, some of y'all are still in the middle of a transitionary phase. Right? That transitionary phase that's leading into your new cycle in 2026 is a slow one. And it's hard to throw a blanket over this kind of thing, but it usually starts somewhere in the ballpark of the last half to the last quarter of the year. Things start wrapping up and coming to a close slowly. And simultaneously, the new cycle begins opening. And there's going to be some unexpected twists and turns. Okay. I'm not saying just be a dead fish and go with the flow. I'm also not saying be a dumbass fish and try to swim against a riptide. I'm saying learn to distinguish the difference between when it's time to fight the flow and when you should let go and go with the flow. You don't want to do only one or only the other. You know how many people I've heard touting only dead fish go with the flow, and they trying to swim against a riptide. They're stuck in one spot. They ain't moving. They ain't going nowhere. And in the worst case scenario, they're moving backwards, and they think they're fucking doing something. Oh, they think they're doing something. They're moving backwards. The flow is pushing them backwards, and they think they're making some progress. Sometimes you fight the flow. Sometimes you release and go with the flow. When you're in the middle of a transitionary phase out of one cycle and into a new cycle, let go. Go with the flow. Okay. And lastly, take this generally in your love life, with your friends, family, business. Monitor your vibration. One of the most destructive ideas in the whole spiritual community is that there are people on this planet who just sit next to a waterfall all day, meditating while harp music plays in the background, and they say Om all day, and they drink their green smoothie, and they never get pissed off, and they're so much better than you, and they're floating on a cloud and shitting rainbows. I am a chosen one. I am ascended. You're to make it to my level. Ooh la la. That's a crock of horse shit. That is not who those people are when they turn the camera off. When they turn the fucking camera off, they go back to being regular ass humans just like me and you. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They wipe their ass when they do. They slip and fall in and out of low vibrational states. They get triggered. They get pissed off. Right? Just like me and you. That's bullshit. Don't fall into that. Don't feed into that. I fed into that too when I first stepped onto the path. Oh my God, that's the level I have to make it to. I'm never going to get anywhere in life until I figure out how to levitate. Right? It's a load of bullshit. Monitor your frequency. We're all regular ass humans, dude. We all are. Even the people who try to pretend they're not. They don't care about you. They're just trying to collect a check on the internet. We all regular humans. We all dip into low vibrational states. We all have a toxic trait. We all have a red flag. We all have some bullshit ass emotional trigger that usually is something that happened to us during childhood, right? We all got that. The goal is not to get to a point where you're floating on a rainbow and you never, ever, ever feel a negative emotion. That's not even possible in this dimension. It's not even possible because this dimension is a dimension of duality. You know, the very tiny little handful of people who have achieved that on this planet, they achieved rainbow body. If you don't know what that is, you might want to look it the fuck up. Not very many fucking, not even Yeshua accomplished that. So you're going to be a regular human. What you do is you monitor your frequency. When you feel yourself dipping into a low vibrational state, like me, when I'm driving and I'm on this big, long, 2-lane, one-way road, and I'm behind two fucking people riding side by side doing 5 miles an hour under the speed limit. I want to twist somebody's fucking head off. And then I got to catch myself. Whoa, hold up. Woo-saw. I don't claim this energy. This energy is not mine. Error thought. Force new thoughts. I got to pull myself out of that low vibration. Right? That's the spiritual thing to do. Okay? Monitor your vibration, monitor your frequency. Your reality is responding to you in ways that you're not even aware of. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right. I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of